皆さんこんにちは。ゲリさんです。よろしくお願いします。久しぶりだね。Well, I started in Japanese and now I'm gonna talk in English. So, welcome back everyone to my channel. It's been a while. I am going to be reviewing today a video about life in a Japanese house. Welcome back to my channel where we just discuss Japan in general, and it's kind of a non-formal, very casual setting. So here we are, and today we'll be watching. What is her name? Chani Japan. So if you're into Japanese content, you've definitely seen her work before. I really like it. I think it's interesting. She's Australian, I believe, and she lives in Japan. I'm not sure how long she's been there, like 10, 15 years, I think. Could be completely wrong, but I really like watching her content. It's fun to see a Westerner live in Japan and kind of experience that. So it kind of gives me motivation to, continue my journey with the Japanese language and my love for the Japanese culture and people. So, all right, cool. Let's get into it. Enough of yapping. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. All right, this video is titled Life in a Japanese House, the Responsibilities No One Talks About. So I'm super curious to see. I think I'd rather live in like Osaka or maybe like Fukuoka and live in like a hotel or something. I mean, not a hotel, a apartment. So houses, not so much, but we'll see. Wow.
And this is the cool.
Oh my gosh.
Many people think about living in a Japanese
Quality.
house, but what they don't tell you is the constant responsibility that comes with it. Today's scaffolding is going up around my house as I get ready for painting. Every crack is being filled and the entire exterior pressure washed. Owning a house here isn't like renting. There's no landlord to call. It's all on you. And while I'm juggling that, I still have everyday life to handle, going to work, giving Millie her end of summer bath, cooking healthy food,
Bathing a cat's
and
crazy.
even filling out local census details. This is the side of life in Japan you don't get to see, the behind-the-scenes reality of keeping a Japanese house standing strong. I know you love hearing the numbers, so I'm going to go through all the costs as well.
That's very
The
brave
builder
of her
that
to
I've
show
used
her
since day
numbers.
one of purchasing this house is absolutely excellent, and he doesn't muck around. So upon accepting his quote, I literally had like 2 days to prepare the outside catio for the arrival of the scaffolding.
That's really nice. I really love like the background. You can see she has these like plants up here, and there's like she has these plants up here to kind of hide her away from everybody, and then it is very cat friendly. Obviously, like the cat could jump up here or something, but it is very like Japanese-esque, right? It's not too big, especially for like a house, because they're all kind of tightly compacted in there. That's pretty cool.
Now, sadly for Millie, this is one of the last days that she'll be able to play outside in the catio.
Aw, poor Millie.
Because I'm going to have to take down all of the netting, which will make it unsafe for her to be out here because she might go outside. So what I really have to do is make sure all of the things I'd put up so carefully to make this a little paradise for Millie, I'm just going to have to come down and I'm going to store these in the garage while they're doing work on the house. I don't want them to get in the way of the workmen, and they said it's going to be quite messy and dirty out here while they're working.
Well, yeah, if they're like completely renovating your entire home, I could definitely see that. And you don't want that to get dirty, right? Like, it's beautiful backyard.
It's also the end of summer and I don't need the shade from the sumidare.
Sumidare. Oh!
Oh my gosh, this is dangerous work out here. I have to be really, really careful. Now, I know
Seriously.
some of you might be wondering, how can I afford to do this kind of maintenance when I've talked before about my low salary? Well, the truth is, ever since buying this house, I've been putting aside a little bit each month out of my pay packet for the maintenance fund of the house.
Why do cats always eat just like the most random things.
Because if you're owning a home, it doesn't matter what country you're living in, you're always going to need to budget for some kind of repairs.
True. That's
And
very
honestly, I'm
responsible.
also really grateful for some of the recent sponsorships on this YouTube channel.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
helped me cover part of this cost and made it possible to keep the house in good shape, which also allows me to provide content for you.
Nice.
So no lottery wins here, just a lot of planning ahead and a little bit of extra help from this channel.
Yeah, of course. Like, it always seems like it's the lottery, right? Like, it always seems when you tell somebody that you live somewhere spectacular or you have this amazing house, it always seems like there's a lottery involved, but it's just a lot of hard work and dedication and passion, which kudos for her
Speaking
for
of
doing.
sponsors helping out my channel and allowing me to do this.
Sponsorship, skip it. It's like a sort of like a Ridge Wallet kind of thing, but we're not sponsored by them, so.
So after getting back from Tokyo late last night, I am feeling a little bit
cool, dude.
lethargic, but my motivation is high just because I have that big deadline looming of early tomorrow morning. I'm also a little bit excited to see how this house is going to transform.
She's
When I bought
responsible.
this
That's
house,
pretty
I
cool.
knew that it wasn't just going to be a house for me to live in. I knew it was going to be a commitment. And by keeping it maintained, it means that I can enjoy this house for years to come. Now let's go over the
for her.
costs because I know that's what many of you are curious about.
160,000 yen?
In Japan, repainting and exterior maintenance isn't really optional.
Wow.
It's something that most homeowners have to do every 10 to 15 years to protect the structure.
So basically, these look like very high numbers, but they only happen every 10 to 15 years, is what I'm seeing. 1,000 USD for the scaffolding. Jeez, poor Australians, bro. They have to pay so much. 294 for house washing, not bad. The paint's obviously the most expensive. Most time
I
consuming.
was
too, I'm
hoping to
assuming.
put off the painting and the roof a little bit longer, but my recent earthquake inspection has encouraged me to get onto it a bit earlier. And I'm actually really glad I did, looking at the outside condition now. And I also decided to get the roof repointed. While the scaffolding is up, it made a lot of financial sense to get the whole house done all at once.
Okay.
The original inspector from the inspection report quoted a little bit higher than this, so I was really happy with this as the second quote.
It's a beautiful house. I
And
would
I've built
probably
up
be
a lot of-
careful showing where you live, though. Like, if she ever watches my video, just like people can tell where you live just based on like the front of your house, especially. But it's kind of hard, right? Because you want to show the house, but there are like some crazy people out there that can just like find out where you live based on this house and this house, you know. So.
Of trust with my current builder, and I know that they do an exceptional job, so I'm just going to stick with my local builder. By the way, I planted a grapevine out the back of the house. I was really keen to show you
Nice, some
this.
grapes.
I've pulled all the weeds out and the sunflowers are now long gone. I've got a little bit of oregano and a little bit of rosemary out here, but we're going to
Nice.
set in for the winter months now. I know this wall's still ugly and I've got to figure out what to do with it.
Just takes time.
But Millie and I are off walking because at this stage we
Oh, so
still hadn't
cute.
decided on our house color. Now this was the last little
Bro.
rice field that
I see. Okay, I knew that was rice. I didn't want to say anything because I wasn't sure, but these fields right here are all rice. That's so cool, dude. A little kitty just sitting in her little stroller, looking
hadn't
around.
been harvested yet.
Aw,
but we're
so
on a mission
cute.
to look at house colors now.
Hi,
And I put it out to the community and you gave me some great suggestions. I just want to see what they actually look like on the houses. So I brought my color chart with me
Nice.
and we're just going to have a little wander around. Because the catio's down now, I took Millie to a park with some grass just to let her have a little play out in the
Aw,
grass so she
my
doesn't
cat
feel
would be
too
freaking
sad.
out.
She has been howling in the morning because she really wants to go outside.
Yeah.
That's her usual routine.
Cats
She's not
hate
good
change,
with
too.
breaking routines. She's a funny cat like that.
Yeah, the cats hate change. They can't stand it.
Now that the builders have taken down the patio and the balcony roofs, it's allowing me to have a really good look at what the walls on the house actually look like. And for the first time, I'm seeing out the back just how bad the actual paint has gotten. I couldn't really see unless I stood out on the back street how bad it was, but now I've got the roof down. I can
see, like, this is a good, and I hate to keep harping on this. I'm just saying, like, this is a good angle, like, if you want to show your house, but, like, not from the street, right? Because that's super obvious. But this is, I mean, look, it's, like, super cracked up right here. That makes sense. Like, just the heat during Japan summers is probably insane.
Actually see how thin the paint was and just how many cracks were hiding. I can also show you down the other side of the house, which I don't think I've ever shown you in any of the footage before. This used to have a perspex roof on it, dark perspex, and it was quite dark, and it used to make my kitchen look a little bit dark. Now it's gone. I've got all of this light coming in, so
nice.
I'm rethinking the type of perspex to put back on there. I definitely want something that will stop the sun coming in, but I want something that will still let the light in, so it's sort of a catch-22. But yeah, up on the balcony as well, I could actually see now to the top of the roof, which I couldn't see before because there was a roof here, and I'm seeing just, how bad the paint job had gotten. You can see here how thin it is. It was definitely overdue for a paint.
It's just very dirty,
So it's Monday morning now.
Good for her. I mean, she's actually changing it. Like, even if she's just, like, stumbling or, like, not everybody is, like, super responsible, but she's trying her best, and that's really cool.
Millie and I are finalizing the last of the postcards when, just as promised, I heard a loud bang out the front of the house. And Millie ran to the top of the stairs and started her meowing, and I knew something was going on, so we snuck over to the bedroom window and had a look outside. And just as I thought, early in the morning, this was like 7:45. They're not allowed to make any noise before 8, but they had quietly started taking stuff out of their trucks. Millie definitely was a little bit curious about what was going on. So I went outside, and of course my builder was there, and he is like the project manager. So he orders in all of the different trades, like the scaffolders and the pressure washers and the painters.
Oh, by the way, these jackets are AC jackets. So it's obviously super hot. So they have those little AC jackets.
Chat about the flow of events that were happening, and we could see Millie up there in the window just supervising the job, and I'm guessing this will be her position for a while, as she probably is the real supervisor of this job.
Always are. Cats are always like...
Well, there's no mucking around. There are 3 men in total building scaffolding. They're essentially building a house around my house, and they reckon they're going to be finished by the end of the day.
Oh, wow.
It is a work day for me, so I'm just going to go about my normal business, and I'm just here for them if they need to ask anything. They did ask if they could start cutting down the netting. I said, just go for your life. Don't worry about it. I'll put it back up later. So they just did what they needed to do. They didn't actually take a lot of it down. They were able to put a lot of the poles up around it. But today is basically the end of Millie's time outside, probably for the next 5 or 6 weeks, because the scaffolding will probably be up for that amount of time. So I've decided it's time for her end of summer bath and a little bit of grooming.
Oh, she's so cute.
I usually just get any excess fur around her paws. Just helps, keeps her paws clean when she's in the litter tray.
What a good cat mom.
And the bit that she really, really hates is because she has such long fur, I have to wrap her up in a towel because she won't let me touch anywhere around her private areas. But I do have to give this a modesty shave because cats and long fur and go to the bathroom, it's not always a good combo. So after I've done that, we're going to head into the bath, and usually I get just as wet as Millie. Now when she was little, I did give her a bath. I usually give her 3 times a year just because she has such thick, woolly fur. It's really important, I think, to give her a good scrub. I mean, cats in the wild get wet in the rain and things like that all the time. So it's just an important part of keeping her hygienic, and she does smell after a little while. But I learned early on she doesn't like being in the bath. She doesn't mind if it's a shower. She didn't cry at all. She's more than happy.
And that's so cool to like, that's why I love these Japanese style bathrooms, because if the cat doesn't like the bath, then she could stand here and use the bath as like a place to stand up and be high off the ground for like a vantage or whatever. But you can just get this whole area wet and it's not a problem. As opposed to like maybe somewhere in the States or Europe where you there's no separation. Like there's a separation between the bathtub and the shower, right?
She can stand up,
so
and
cool,
she's able to just keep her head out of water. She doesn't like her head in water at all.
No, poor baby.
Because her fur's so thick, it's actually really, really hard to get it wet. So I have to sort of spend a fair bit of time trying to actually get the water into her fur. And I usually have to give her 2 goes at shampooing. So I usually do her sort of back half first.
She really loves this cat.
And then on the second shampoo, I do
understand.
her
I love
front
my cat
half.
too.
But yeah, it is quite a bit of work to get through all of her fur.
I would do this for my cat, but if I put her near water, she would scratch me and run away and hide under the bed for like 6 hours. So I can't do that.
I don't want to make the experience too unpleasant, so I usually just do her face with a face washer and try not to get any water in her eyes or her ears. I can tell usually when she's had enough, because she definitely tries to come and sit on me. And if you know Millie, she's not a very cuddly cat. She doesn't like cuddles all that much, but I know she's had enough when she tries to cuddle with me. That's her way of telling me, this is it, I want out, I've had enough. I chose today because it is the end of summer and we have a top of 30 degrees today, but the weather forecast says it's going down, so it's just going to get cooler from now on in. Millie will be happy to sit by the window in the sun and just dry naturally while I go off and have my shower and start getting ready for work. I help her out a little bit with some brushing. She doesn't mind getting her fur brushed now, but I give it a bit of a brush, and she knows what's coming next because always after the bath, the routine
not the
is
hairdryer.
that she gets a special treat. So she certainly knew to stay there in the sun, and I'd be bringing her treat very shortly. Unless she has an accident between now and end of winter, she probably won't have another bath till then. Well, it's the next morning now, and I popped outside because I got home late in the night, and it was dark, so I couldn't see.
Oh my God! You have, if that were like Spain, it would be up in like maybe 3 days, maybe like they would get it up, but that's impressive, dude. Like it's all up in a day.
The scaffolding, but it's the next morning now, and all the scaffolding's up, and the pressure washer guys are here. Before anything can be painted, they are going to wash every inch of this house, including all of the shutters and the gutters and everything that you can't normally get to, but they can get to on the scaffolding. So it's really great to have the house given a really big clean every inch of it.
That's awesome.
It's been a lot easier than I thought. I really haven't had to do anything. I'm certainly aware that they're all around my house as I'm going about my business. I've been getting up really early just to prepare for their arrival because they usually knock on the door and say good morning when they get here, and I really need to get out of my pajamas. This morning I decided to have a little walk around and just see what the back of the house looked like with scaffolding on because I hadn't seen it from the back. But yeah, I don't have too much time. I've really got to get the house clean and get myself ready to go to work. The builder is coming in a bit later to discuss colors and things like that. So I'm just trying to keep everything neat and tidy while he's here. And guys, I'm still working hard on my diet. I'm eating as much protein and fruit and vegetables, raw vegetables, as I can.
Nice.
I'm really trying to fuel my body with the right kind of foods, and
yeah, that's the vibe I get from her, is that she's doing her best, right? She's doing the best that she can with what she has. She's trying her best, and that's pretty awesome.
The right amount
Respect.
of foods, because I was finding I was getting hungry all of the time and just probably eating the wrong things. So
Yeah, for
I've
sure.
made a pact with myself pretty much at the start of this year
Good
to
job.
make an effort to eat and drink the right things.
Yay! That's so cool.
Today I'm heading off to
That's
work
so hard. That's
just
not easy.
around lunchtime, so I usually eat lunch before I go,
That's
and
so
then this
good.
should hold me through until I get home tonight.
She's using metal chopsticks. Cool. Korean. Oh, that looks so good. And you know, like it's hard to eat like this because you can just eat whatever you want basically, but you know, it takes preparation. It takes time to cook, it takes time to cut things. So not everyone can do this.
At around 8:30.
That's pretty cool.
Now I felt really bad, but I had to go, excuse me, could you move your truck? Because there really is no street parking. So they have
So
to park
Japanese,
right
like,
out the
"Excuse
front
me."
of my house, which means
Yeah.
every time I have to go in and out, I've got to ask them to move. So I'm trying not to go out in the car unless it's to go to work. And if I need to go
That's
to shops,
super
I'm just
kind.
walking to the shop so I don't interrupt them. I've got to make sure I don't hit the scaffolding with my car. That would be a nightmare as
That would
well. Well, it's
suck.
the next day now, and I'm getting to have a look at
Oh.
the
It
different
looks like they painted in these cracks here. Nice.
cracks that have been sealed up.
Oh, nice.
Now, a lot
yeah.
of these cracks, I didn't actually know they existed because the house was pretty dirty and you couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
So now I can see just how many cracks there were. They also filled up all the expansion joints as well. Well, I
Oh.
look forward to updating you in future videos on the painting as it progresses. So stay tuned for that one. When I was outside looking at the house, I found this yellow ribbon in my letterbox and a sheet saying safety confirmation display.
Oh, I know this. Wait, before she says it, I know that you put it on the front of your door to show that you're safe during tsunamis and earthquakes, different natural disasters and things. We out here. Let's see if I'm
I
right.
had a little read, and it's in the event of an emergency. You can use the ribbon to
Josh!
signal to the rescuers that you're okay. So if you
Alright.
don't put the ribbon out, they're going to check your door and ask if you're okay or not. And the instructions say just keep it with your emergency bag at your front door. So
Nice.
I'm going to do exactly that.
Yeah, you got to be
And
careful out there, dude.
just as I was busy doing that, I had a knock on the door.
Seriously, you can't play games. Like, if they give you instructions for safety protocols, follow them to the T, like without hesitation. Like, if they tell you that you have to do 45 jumping jacks and turn around and 3 times and crouch, just do that. Who cares? Like, it's a tsunami, it's an earthquake, people die, it's so sketchy out there. You have to be aware at all times, basically. Not like stressed, but just like aware. Like, okay, I have this thing, here's what I put out. Just prepared, basically. It's prepared.
And it was the local census guy, and he said it's time for census. Every
Oh,
5
cool.
years there's a census in Japan, and he said your house was previously empty the last census, and he showed me a
Oh.
map and showed me that there was no name on my house because it was an Akia. So I just need to fill
Cool.
out all the
Life is journey.
information, and then a name will be put on the map with my house on it. That's very exciting. I had to go
Nice.
to the post office anyway
that's gonna be
because
me
it was
one day, I
time
hope.
to send out the next batch of postcards. I would absolutely love it if you join my postcard club and we can write to each other via snail mail. It's a lot of fun.
That's so cool.
In last week's video, I promised to show you the photos that I got back from the photo shoot, so I'm going to do exactly that. So I'll end on that note, but thank you so much for being here and watching and being part of the community.
Yeah, of
See you again
course.
next week from Millie and I. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dude, she's so pretty. Cool. Nice. New banner. Like, subscribe, everybody. Hooray. Okay, cool. All right, that was really fun. That was really fun. So it was like that video was like a little bit of a mixture, right? Like it was watching her just live her life, basically, just normal life, and then have to get that aesthetic, like that Japanese aesthetic, to see like the Japanese people working or what they do, how they handle things. So I really like that video. It was like it's really inspiring to see Westerners live in Japan, since it's such a different place. But yeah, I love it. Cool. So what do I want to say? Check out like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be making a Patreon in like 2 weeks. So if you, I don't know, I'm just going to say that. I don't know. All right, cool. Peace. Jamata. Bye bye.